And another rest house. What is in here? Lots of people made it this far. My Eevee evolved into Flareon, but a friend's Eevee turned into a Vaporeon. I wonder why. You should know. Didn't you use the stone? Go to the deepest part of the Safari Zone. You will win a prize. We're actually not that far, to be honest. You can keep any item you find on the ground here, but you'll run out of time if you try for all of them at once. That's actually not true. You can technically get every item in one run, I think. You know what? Maybe don't quote me on that. Oh, who needs a better attack stat? I think... Ooh, I want to give that to Bulby or Pokey, because they're both kind of lacking in the department compared to where I want them to be. Or we could increase somebody's who's already really good. Let's just give it to Bulby. Why not? I may regret that later, but honestly I won't, because I will forget about it and I won't blame it on, oh, I knew I should have given that protein to somebody else. Somebody more deserving of the protein, because that's not the type of guy I am. I'm sorry. Oh, I was about to say, no Pokemon? Oh, a new Pokemon. And I have to run away. We could have had a Pinsir and a Kangaskhan, who I believe we can only find here in yellow. Actually, I think Pinsir we can get as a prize in the game corner. The secret house is still ahead. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm not going to check how many steps we have left. Request notice. Please find the Safari Warden's lost gold teeth. They're around here somewhere. Reward offered. Contact Warden. Actually, this might be a required item. Either way, I recommend you pick this up. Because you gotta be a nice guy. You gotta give the Warden what he needs. There is nothing to the south of us. Yes, I am holding a 1998 Nintendo Power Player's Guide. I remember when I got this in the mail too. I was so excited. My mom picked it up from the post office on a half day of school. Right before one of my classmates had a pool party. I was in 4th or 5th grade. And I didn't really want to go, but my mom made me go. Double team, we don't need that. We have that. Let's use this while I talk. I really didn't want to go to the pool party, but I decided not to complain too much. I just wanted to look at my guide. And my mom wouldn't let me, so I went to the pool party, and that's where I found out about that rumor where if you pee in the pool, it shows up blue and everybody knows who peed in the pool, like an extra deep color blue. I just found out like a month ago that's fake, that technology never existed. And I never like had a problem peeing in the pool, but I was so terrified that day I was going to. And also, it was a 5-foot pool for the most part. No, it was 4 foot. I could barely stand on my tiptoes in it. And, you know, I couldn't swim. We've been over this. But I was so excited because I still have all the stickers in the back of this player's guide. There's one sticker for each of the original 151 Pokemon, and it's their sprites. It's really cool. You're fucking kidding me. Time's up. Time's up. Your Safari game is over. If I had one more step, I would have been able to talk to that guy and get HMO 3. Because that was the secret house. I'll be back. Okay, can we catch a Kangaskhan? Now, I mentioned before about Kangaskhan, I believe. Ooh, or... I can't remember if we brought up Kangaskhan or how we saw Kangaskhan or if any of this happened. But I've alluded to the fact that Cubone is a baby Kangaskhan whose mother died and he's wearing his mother's skull. Which is terrifying. But this has never been officially confirmed. And Cubone, Marowak, and Kangaskhan are all separate species, and Kangaskhan is not in-game related to them, but, I mean, to Cubone and Marowak, it is related to itself. That doesn't mean that they're not actually, you know, dead Kangaskhan, because Well, they clearly don't know what species means in science. Because, you know, Nidoran male and female are considered separate species. But they can mate together, which is and produce offspring, which is the definition of species. Ah, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house. You could have said that to me earlier when I stepped in front of you. I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations! You have won! That's right. HM03 is Surf. Pokemon will be able to ferry you across water. And this HM isn't disposable. You can use it over and over. You're super lucky for winning this fabulous prize. I am so excited because this is another good move that I'm very excited to replace Water Gun for. We have no more use for Water Gun. I completely forgot that Snorlax can learn Surf because of its body. I don't know how it doesn't sink, but the idea is hilarious. Okay, yeah, no. Goodbye, Water Gun. Finally. Thank you. Surf. Is there a move we want to get rid of on Snorlax? I just gave him, you know, Skull Bash, so, and I don't want to get rid of Body Slam because that's our one move, one turn thing. Amnesia raises his special a lot. Rest is a full heal, but I'm never going to use it. Goodbye, Rest. That's right. We're going to give him Surf. Because we could use Amnesia and raise our special a bunch and then use Surf. You know, if that's something we have to do. But you saw that body of water here. Let's do it. Let's use Wind Up. Making Pokey even more useless and obsolete than he already is. And we can actually find Pokemon while surfing in certain areas. But we can't find any Pokemon here in the Safari Zone. So let's see about these suckers who could just cross the water to find the secret house. Tossing rocks at Pokemon might make them run, but they'll be easier to catch. I hiked a lot, but I didn't see any Pokemon I wanted. Are you insane? Using bait will make Pokemon easier to catch. Dude, there's Kangaskhan here. How cool are Kangaskhan? And, you know, Dratini and Dragonair, even though you probably didn't see those. Because I'm cool, so that's why I saw them. Max Potion. Sick. Sorry for all the cuts. I was making sure there was nothing to the south of us there. Nope, just grass. And what is this? It is a Max Revive. Okay. That is always a welcome, very useful, delicious item. And that's almost every item. Great. The entrance is this. Actually, we haven't read this yet, have we? Ah, fascinating sign. Wait, what? I've got to know what this sign says now, though. There's a sign up here. Trainer tips. Zone exploration campaign. The search for the secret house. It's over now. I did it. I finished it. I got the HM. Nobody's text is going to change, though. Except for the guy who gives me the HM. He's going to tell me what it does. And, alright, let's use Pokey to serve. Because why not? Most areas will not have any Pokemon. Most areas with water, I mean. Won't have any Pokemon in them while surfing. But, let's do this. You know, it'd be really cool going out in some deep water and fishing. Well, you can't. So you gotta stick to land while you're fishing for whatever reason. We found that nugget, and then I realized I forgot the only hidden item in the Safari Zone. So thanks to the Nintendo Power Guide that didn't remind me, because it's not listed in there. Thank you, Bulbapedia, for actually reminding me. And we didn't make it. We didn't catch a single new Pokemon. That sucks. Well, now I gotta hike all the way back to the secret house. Just kidding. We can surf from that area. I'll show you really quickly. Because why not? The area north of the entrance You just surf on the water there, go to the left, and that's Area 3. There we go. Everything's all connected now that we have surf. And then after that, we can go explore the world with surf. How exciting! See, there's the island where we got the nugget. And voila, everything's connected beautifully. There it is. Sorry, I deprived you of the beautiful sound. Okay. Now let's get to hunting for Pokemon in the Safari Zone. Oh boy! We finally see him. If we did see him earlier, I don't remember it. This is the evolution of Paris. Parasect. One of my favorite Pokemon not to use just because of sentimental reasons. Oh, well, we don't get him yet. I don't have a better place to splice this in, so you're gonna have to sit and watch me look for Pokemon for a minute, because I need to talk about some stuff. First of all, I'll continue talking about Parasect while he's on screen. First off, Paris, the mushrooms on Paris's head, are parasitic, hence the name, mushrooms that take over the Pokemon's brain. And the evolution Parasect has shown that the parasitic fungus has actually taken over and is controlling the life form. Very, very sad stuff. This is based on real-life parasitic fungi who will attach themselves to rodents and take them to high points so they can spread their spores. Very, very gross stuff. But I love Parasect for sentimental reasons because I used Parasect in some battles on an online Pokemon battle simulator known as Pokemon Showdown against Galen. And I gave Parasect several illegal moves and abilities. And it was a really, really funny time. I can't get into that without talking about stuff that's all in future games. But let's just say that I made my Parasect able to levitate and it avoided a devastating earthquake attack and survived. And it was a hilarious moment. And his name was the Ultimate Jizzer, which I won't be able to fit in the text box here, which makes me very sad, but I'm going to try something. In any case, about surf. Originally, you were able to surf without the use of a Pokemon with a surfboard item, which, well, okay. To be fair, that's only speculation. The surfboard item is in the game still. It functions. It's just, it could have been used for debug purposes. So don't go crazy thinking that Red was able to surf or swim all on his own. That could have been just for the developers, even though they could have just given themselves a Pokemon with surf or made them able to walk on the water because they were debugging anyway. So I don't know, don't ask me. Also, the HMs, all 5 of them, are also present in the game as TMs 51 through 55, respectively. There was also originally going to be an HM06, which would have possibly, people who have dug through the code presume, been related to unused text that says, "Ground rose up somewhere." But that is just speculation. Though HM06 definitely existed, and Ground Rose Up Somewhere definitely exists in the game's code. No idea what move that would have been other than dig? I really don't know. Speaking of Safari Balls and how they're broken, they, well, I meant because one just broke. They're not actually broken. They exist unused in the game's code. Finally! I cannot believe Parasect was so impossible to catch. How legendary it must be if it was so hard to catch. The mushroom Pokemon, the bug host, is drained of energy by the mushrooms on its back. They appear to do all the thinking. That's like one mushroom on its back. I kind of don't like that sprite. It just makes the mushroom look like a hat. I mean, that is what Parasect looks like. But, I don't know. It goes out like a brim. Oh my god, my cats are making it impossible to record in peace. Oh, yes, the bug sprite for Parasect. How much space do we have? Oh, this is perfect. The Jizzer. It should be ultimate. The ultimate Jizzer with the V. The V is vital. I could just name it ultimate, but no. Paris is Jizzy Jr. and Parasect is the Jizzer. Beautiful. Oh. That makes this whole thing worth it. Even if we don't find anything else we're looking for this run. Well, I accidentally mashed A while I was upset with the cat, so we have a second Rhyhorn now. We're gonna name this one Bruce Willis. Oh. We can't. I don't know why I thought I'd have space for Bruce Willis. We'll name him Bruce Will. Okay, why not? Oops. Okay, I'll never get to finish my sentence. Oh well, but I got 2 Pokemon, one of them I accidentally caught. Okay, I'll finish my sentence now. But we are getting into the 4% and the 1% chances of showing up now, so I will be doing a lot of saving and resetting. And painstaking editing. But I do want to finish the thought since I already started it. Now, you might be wondering, what? Unused in the game's code, but you're using them right now. Yeah, they're not bag items. Also unused in the code is the unused item Pokédex in your bag, which functions like a normal Pokédex. The badges are a good one. There are unused badges in the code as items that actually do different things. A remnant of when you would get whips that did different things, I guess, in the code. But the badges would do stuff like the Boulder Badge, unused item, when used, will throw either bait or rocks, a la the Safari Zone. And the other one is what the Cascade Badge does. The rest of the items don't do anything, but they are all unused in the game, all 8 badges. However, the functions of the Boulder Badge and Cascade Badge could have just been for debugging purposes, or, you know, a result of moving things around in the code and they weren't intended to have bait or rocks involved. But it could have been a function intended to be more permanent and not just in the Safari Zone. Likewise, you'll notice that the Safari Zone is coded as its own battle type. You know, where you're the player and you're, you know, throwing balls, bait, rocks, or running, or throwing balls, bait, and rocks and running. There was originally another battle scenario aside from the ghost scenarios, regular battle scenarios like Trainer and Wild Pokemon Battle and Safari Zone, where your only option is to run. And if you try anything else, it will just say, hurry, get away. And in the Japanese version, it's said in an old man dialect, implied to be said by Professor Oak. So perhaps it was supposed to be used early in the game before you would get a Pokemon. But it goes completely unused in the games. Finally, a 4% chance of appearing in the entrance and a 1% in Area 3. It's Tangela, or Tangela, as some people like to call it. The reason I'm only throwing balls and not bait or rocks is because, honestly, if you ask me, you're just messing up the probability. In my experience, your best bet is to just play it safe and throw the ball. Because bait makes it impossible to catch Pokemon practically. And the rocks make them run away almost instantly. And you're less likely to catch them on the first try, making it more likely that they will run and you'll have to grind them out all over again. Which is why I recommend you save before hunting every Pokemon and right after catching them if you want to catch multiple Pokemon in one run of the Safari Zone. And likewise, Pinsir, like most Pokemon we have to catch here, was a 4% chance, or a 1% depending on where you find him, that I had to run from because I didn't have room in the box. A couple more things to mention. On the subject of surfing, thank God, I was so scared it was going to run instantly. You can surf anywhere in the game where there's water, thank God. Except Cycling Road. If you try to surf on Cycling Road, because you can go straight from your bike to surfing, normally. But on Cycling Road, you'll get the text, "Cycling is fun! Forget surfing!" Which I think is hilarious. The Vine Pokemon. Its identity is obscured by masses of thick blue vines. The vines are said to never stop growing. Nobody knows what the actual Pokemon looks like, except the vines that grow around its head. One of the creepier, like Mario or Zelda-esque enemy designs, if you ask me. Okay, I see Angela, and I think Shroot. Because of The Office. Angela's relationship with Dwight, Dwight Schrute. So there we go. That is my naming convention there. How many steps did that take us? A ton! But that's not terrible. We are now going to move on. We got the more common thing here, Parasect, and the 4% chance, Tangela. We could find Chansey here with a 1%, but we can find Chansey with a 4% later on. We won't actually have to grind out any 1% chances, only 4%, which is very convenient.